Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? All right, let's get back to Vietnam, shall we? The central bank urges caution in gold trading. The central bank has warned people to take caution when trading gold amidst the strong fluctuations of the precious metals. There hasn't been strong fluctuations, man. It's been pretty consistent. So the director of the State Bank of Vietnam, Department of Foreign Exchange Management, noted that the bank has prepared measures to stabilize the domestic gold market, referring to the increase of SJC branded gold bullion supply. The central bank always closely monitors market developments and is ready to take solutions to stabilize it in order to minimize the impact of gold price fluctuations on exchange rates, inflation, and macroeconomic stability, he affirmed. It will continue to coordinate with the Ministry of Public Security and other relevant ministries and agencies to intensify inspections over gold business. The price of gold bullion in Vietnam has skyrocketed over the past weeks, even peaking at 83 billion Vietnam dong. So you're looking at 3,419 US dollars per tael. Wow, okay, so our tael, that's actually like 1.75 ounces of gold is what it is. So almost 2 ounces. So yeah, that's not bad. The difference between domestic and world gold prices have continuously expanded in recent days, reaching nearly 20 million Vietnam dong per tael at certain moments. Given this, the Prime Minister has issued a dispatch asking for measures to strengthen the management of the domestic gold market. So people are moving into precious metals, it looks like everywhere. Vietnam's top 10 economic highlights of 2023. Remember, when the RONA first came out, they still had a good year in 2020. In 2021, the first half of the year, they had to deal with the RONA, but the second half ended really strong. 2023, let's see how they did. The Vietnam News Agency's Economic News Department has selected the top 10 noteworthy events that shaped the country's economic landslide in 2023. Vietnam emerges as a beacon of economic recovery. Yeah, but not just that. Ever since 2020 to where we are today, Vietnam has done a phenomenal job economically. Despite the fact that every time we raised our interest rate, it had an effect on their currency, they were able to fight off depreciation and hang in tight and recover really good. So even though Vietnam had a 2023 target of 6.5 for their GDP, they still ended, it looks like they're going to end the year at 5%, which is a nice growth for Vietnam. So the second thing they were able to do is issue resolutions on harnessing Vietnam's entrepreneurs' role in a new era. Number 3 was record public investment disbursements. The country's public investment disbursements is estimated to reach an unprecedented value of over 461 trillion Vietnam dong, which is about 19 billion US dollars, the highest to date. 8 consecutive years of trade surplus. Again, Vietnam is an export country, and this is why they keep their currency value low for this purpose. Putting into operations of 475 km of new highways in a single year, yeah, I would say that's pretty good. Central bank's unprecedented consecutive policy interest rate reductions. National Power Development Plan approved. Unprecedented policies released to support real estate market. Coordination to rectify vehicle registration. Tightening monitoring of mini apartment construction. So these are the steps that Vietnam took to end the year on a high note with the strong GDP. Vietnam enjoys surge in FDI, which is foreign direct investment inflows of 2023. Vietnam has always done a great job of attracting outside investors. Vietnam attracted nearly 36.61 billion US dollars of foreign direct investments this year up to December 20th. A rise of 32.1% year over year, according to the foreign investment agencies under the Ministry of Planning. Well, yeah, I mean, next to China, Vietnam's a great place for manufacturers to move over to. The labor cost is cheap, and so is the cost of parts and products. Of the total of 20.19 billion US dollars was invested in 3,188 new projects, a year-on-year surge of 62.2% in capital and 56.6% in project numbers, the agency reported. So this means that Vietnam is able to do a lot of different things within its country, to attract outside investors. So when you talk about new projects, that's like working on railroads or building highways or new construction. So that's a lot of projects. At the same time, over 7.88 billion US dollars was injected in 1,262 underway projects, down 22.1% over the same period last year. And could it be down because the number of projects is wrapping up? Meanwhile, investment through capital contributions and share purchase deals hit over 8.5 billion US dollars, up 65.7% year over year, despite a 3.2% decline in the number of transactions. According to the agency, the major investment designation in the country this year included Ho Chi Minh City, Hop Fung. No, I'm not going to try to name all these names. This year, foreign investors have invested in 18 out of the 21 economic sectors. That's actually ass-kicking. That's what Iraq needs to do. With processing, manufacturing receiving $23.5 billion, or 64.2% of the total FDI capital. 64%, just a little over 64% of the investment dollars went into manufacturing. This is what I'm talking about. It's cheaper for U.S. companies to be shipped over there into Vietnam so they can make their products there and then sell to us for a ridiculous markup. Real estate, nearly 4.67 billion US dollars, up 4.8%. Power production and distribution at $2.37 billion. So yeah, of course, real estate is going to go up as more companies move over there and start buying buildings to do manufacturing, the whole 9 yards. So in 2023, 111 countries and territories have invested in Vietnam, led by Singapore, with over 6.9 billion US dollars, accounting for 18.6% of total FDI inflows. So Japan is outsourcing their work. A rise of 5.4% year over year. Japan ranked second with nearly 6.57 billion US dollars, with Hong Kong, China came third with 4.68 billion US dollars. So all this is great for the economy of Vietnam, but this just goes more to the point I try to make. There's really no incentive at the moment for Vietnam to change their exchange rate. They're an export country. Not only that, the reason why they're able to attract so many foreign direct investment is because it's so cheap over there to do things. The cost of labor is cheap, products and service are cheap, real estate is cheap. This is why you see companies moving over there. So the real question is, will Vietnam ever have an incentive for them to increase their purchasing power, increase their exchange rate? They would have to have an incentive for them to do this. And right now, I can't think of any for them to do this. Anyways, that's it for now. You guys let me know what you think. I look forward to hearing from you. I'm out.